Have you ever had to break up with a friend? Has a friend ever broken up with you? Maybe you've had a friend that was a close friend that you just drifted off over the months or years. Maybe you've been able to lose friends and go on the next day like nothing happened. I personally have only had to break up with 2 friends in my life. And the first one, we were about 22, 23. And, he took it well. And to this day, I haven't seen him in years, but we talk here and there on Instagram. And it's cordial, it's all good. But the second time I had to break up with a friend was about a year ago. And this friend, I was considered one of my best friends, one of my close friends for sure. For a while, I met him in high school, and he was friends with my friends. We had a circle. And he was always, kind of the crazy one. Just drinking and smoking and doing drugs and just... What was always funny and was, he had a good heart. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy. He wasn't super malicious. He'd have times where he was, everyone has their times, but he definitely had a good heart. He was always getting buck, just getting $2. But he'd be able to handle it. He was very crafty, so he would always be able to get in and out of things and whatever. And he just had this way where he was very prepared in a way. He used to watch Cops all the time. And he would just be like, yeah, I know what to do because I look at the bad guys and what they do. And he'd always watch crime documentaries and all that stuff. Over the years, I would see people in our friend group start to distance themselves. And, you wonder how long is this friendship going to last between us. You just start to see over the years, it starts off high school, okay, you're getting buck, whatever. College, okay. Then you get out of college, early mid-20s, it's like, people still partying and stuff, it's okay. Then you get to late 20s and early 30s, and it's still fun to have fun and everything, but to the degree of which he would get fucked up in certain situations, etc., it's just, and then you don't want to be around that because, I'm associated with this, etc. My mom always said, watch the company you keep. And that's why, nothing's a surprise to me. I'm aware of things as they're happening, but, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, maybe see if they'll improve with time. So, yeah, it just got to a point where, certain people of my friends had distanced themselves with him, and I was getting to a point where I didn't really want to talk, or, we didn't live in the same place. So, I could hang out here and there when he'd visit, but it wasn't like I'd have to see him a lot anyway. I definitely got to a point where I had to tell him, I said, hey, I don't think this friendship is serving me anymore, and you deserve a friend who is into it. I'm not the kind of guy to just fake stuff. I don't pussyfoot around. We don't play games. All my relationships, whether it's platonic, romantic, or whatever, very clear communication on my end, whether the other person has it or not, and they usually do. But I was like, why would I string this person along or just not hit him up? It's he was a very persistent guy in general. I did have a period of time where I was kind of just distancing myself. He'd be like, yo, what's up, man? So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to ghost you. I'm not trying to just, I just had to say what's up. At a certain point, I had to say what's up. And so I let him know. And it was over text, but it was fine. And we were just chilling. And I think that was, I usually like to have more serious conversations like that. I usually like to have in person or on the phone or something, but I think for that specific time, I think text was actually, it was decent, so I could take time and think about what I wanted to say. And so I let him know, and I was like, yo, I'm not mad at you, I'm not upset. I just, I think when we were younger, we were almost parallel lines that were very close, but as those almost parallel lines, they're gonna go apart at a certain point because the gap gets wider and wider. Start off like this, but then as time goes on, those lines just get farther and farther apart. And so, yeah, I know he would always be like, he'd get drunk and be like, yo, I die for you, bro, all this shit, kind of like that, just almost toxic loyalty, or it's just it's interesting. I don't want to say toxic, but It's like, yo, I'd die if you were, I'll do anything for you, bro. It's like, okay, I get it, I understand. You know, it's like, only when he's like super drunk and just, you know, so, but anyway, it's all good. I have nothing, no hate in my heart. I'm not complaining. I'm painting the picture here. And so, yeah, I told him that I was done. And he was like, wow, this is pretty soul crushing. I'm not going to lie. He's like, you don't want to possibly see, my getting married. Maybe I might propose to my girl and all this stuff. And I was just like, hey man, maybe, I'm not saying forever, maybe in the future down the line, because he was just, it's just too much for me. It's just character traits and things that I was just like, it's just time for me to go. It's not healthy. And so, yeah, I said maybe down the line, if you get better, whatever. I'm open to it. But like for now and foreseeable future, I'm like, I don't think so. So yeah, so that was pretty much the last thing I had said, was that I said I'm not upset. And it was not like a personal thing, it was just I need to do it for me. And so that was in February of 2024. And then I get 2 or 3 days before Easter 2024, I'm chilling at my house and I get an Instagram call from his girlfriend, who I had only met once and they were only dating for like a year. My heart just, I was like, why is she calling me on Instagram audio? And it's just, because we don't talk like that and I don't have her number. And so my heart instantly was just like, my heart just felt something. And I was drinking, smoking, listening to Billie Eilish, having a great little Friday night. I did not want it to be interrupted, so I let it ring. And then it rang again. I was like, ooh, my intuition was like, something's not feeling good. And so whatever, I didn't answer it, and then I just chilled and let it go and went to bed. And then the next day, my homie calls me, and I guess that my friend had shot himself. It was a whole ordeal where my friend was at the house with his girlfriend where they lived, and the cops had to get called, and she was locked in one room and he was in another room, and she didn't think there was guns in the house, but there was, because he always just liked having a gun. He just liked having one. And yeah, I guess there was like a whole movie scene. The cops were gonna like get in through, like put a ladder up, and then like he just shot himself. Kurt Cobained himself. And she's in the other room just screaming. It sounded like something out of a movie. And I wasn't there, but yeah, so I heard of that, and that was like a day or two before Easter. And then on April Fool's Day is when the family, get this, April Fool's Day is when the family put out a statement on Facebook saying that he had died. And if there's one thing I know about my old friend, who is, rest his soul, he had such a dark sense of humor, and he would have loved that. I'm agnostic, and I don't know about whatever, afterlife, etc. If he could see that his family released a statement on April Fool's Day that he died, he would laugh. He probably was laughing wherever he is. I look up and down. He could be heaven or hell. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, he'd laugh. And I woke up April Fool's Day. I already knew on April Fool's Day. Again, like I knew before most people. So April Fool's Day, I woke up to like 6 or 7 calls and had to explain it to people and confirm. And just hearing some of my friends cry on the phone, and it was just awful. But yeah, I mean, I went to the park and smoked a little doober, because he loved the weed. He loved dabs. He would smoke so many dabs. He was just so high. And yeah, I was like, I'll smoke one for you, boyo. That's another word too. He used to say boyo. Yeah, still, he lives on. He lives on. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. If you have had any experience like this, then you know that life goes on, because you're watching this video. Some people are done living on this planet, and I can't get mad at them. Like, if that's what you say and you gotta go, you gotta go. I can't tell anyone what to do. This place is crazy. But R.I.P., God bless the dead. That's about it. I was just telling my story on here, just as usual. Trying to stay consistent with the YouTube vids. We're getting real raw and vulnerable. If you like this video, subscribe. I'm going to be talking about all kinds of things. I'm currently delivering some Sephora in Los Angeles right now, working Uber Eats. I had time. 405 got traffic on it. It's Friday. Let's go. Hope you have a wonderful day.